Each one of us think like Korach. How could it be that he have better than me? He's successful better than me. So what are we actually doing with this jealousy? Yes, Korach took it too far. But what the answer for Korach pain? How could it be that there is no answer for his pain? And can you imagine Korach and Moshe was cousins, that they playing together with the same grandma. They used to go and eat lunch together, and suddenly Moshe disappear and come back. Oh, the leader of Am Israel. So the Korach, the painful pain of Korach was real. He says why he think he better than me, and what he did for this concept when he felt jealous. He bring with him, trying to put him down, and how he did it. He bring talit shekulat chelet, and he wants to tell him if the talit shekulat chelet and one עדיין צריכה פתיל תכלת, that's mean if we all good, we all tzaddikim, we still need this one person to be above us. And the same thing, he take the idea of the Torah. He says if the house of full of Torah still need the mezuzah in the front, basically the concept of Korach says we don't need somebody to be better than us. We all tzaddikim, we all can be the same, because whatever make him jealous is that Aharon is the Kohen, Moshe is the leader. It's look like family concept. They take all the advantage and they do whatever they want. And Moshe tell him like this: Boker yodeh et Hashem asher lo. Come to me at the morning and Hashem will choose who is the person that Hashem choose. And Likutei Sichot is explained like this: בוקר יודע את אשר השם לו, כמו בזמני ערב ובוקר, שכל זמן ועניינו ותפקידו, דווקא כאשר כל אחד מבצע את תפקידו, נעשה משניהם יחד יום אחד. It's mean, when each, that we also like the night time, ערב, right? Night time, it's not better than the morning time. That mean, we need the night time, the relax, the calmness, the peace, and we need also the morning time. Over there, we're doing things, we accomplish more things, but one cannot be without the other one. That means we need these both things in order to feel complete, fulfilled. Because Korach's idea was that we don't need the difference. There is no havdalah between me and you. There is no difference between me and you. He tried to cancel this idea. And Moshe tried to tell him, listen, you can't cancel this, because it's naturally in the world, it exists, that somebody better, like the Kohen Gadol. There is a Kohen Gadol, he's above of all, and all the other Kohanim need to be above him. And this concept exists in the nature. You cannot cancel this. That's why the biggest tikkun for Korach, it was Havdalah. Because in Havdalah, Havdalah it's separation. And when it says that until today they scream at the ground, Moshe Emet v'Torato Emet. That means why not Moshe Tzaddik? Emet, because they try to cancel all of those three things of the concept of Emet. Aleph was for Aharon, that they try to say Hashem didn't choose Aharon. Mem is for mezuzah, that they try to say yes, we do need mezuzah, even though if the whole house is full of Torah. And Taf is techelet for the tzitzit, that we still need one straw of blue in the tzitzit, even though everything is blue. Basically to say that we understand that this concept of somebody is better and bigger, it exists in this world. And that's why when we do have the lights, tikkun for all Korachs of the people that under the ground, because the Gehenom is not open until we do the Havdalah, and that's a big tikkun for them. And it says that also his kids was also part of this, but they did tshuva in the last minute. Outside, they understand that they look like they part of this, they go for it, for all this machloket, but inside of them they felt, wow, that's not what they mean to. We didn't mean to go against Moshe this way, but they couldn't stop it. And therefore their tikkun is that in Gehenom they stay in a higher place over there, because they look like mida keneged mida, that they look like they inside of there, but they're not actually there. And from there they scream Moshe Emet and Torato Emet. So the same way that they acting look like they against Moshe, but inside they were not. So mida keneged mida, they in the Gehenom, but they above the Gehenom, a higher place, and they scream over there Moshe Emet and Torah Emet, and they say all the Mizmorei of Tehillim, Mizmor Korach. And if you pay attention of all the Tehillim in Mizmor Korach, it's mentioned Yerushalayim. Mentioning Yerushalayim, that's mean Yerushalayim, it's a country that very holy, right? The chosen one. And all the other part of Eretz Israel, it's also important. It's not only Yerushalayim or Eretz Israel, because it's one complete one of each other. Yerushalayim is a holy place, but it cannot be holy if all the rest of Eretz Israel is not going to be there. And so basically they both completing each other. And the concept of that they try to break is the Havdalah. But now they says, yes, it is Havdalah. And yes, there are going to be people bigger than us, successful than us. But how we dealing with that? To dealing with that, the Likutei Sichot Arabi says that to believe the chet that Korach was missing, Moshe tried to tell him, come to me in the morning, and then we see what Hashem choose. That means he wants him to say that also evening time, it's a peaceful moment, it's a good moment, it's a time that we need also for the morning. That means your mission, that it says Ashir ka Korach. Korach was so rich. He wants to tell him, Korach, you don't believe in your own mission. You forgot that you can be the light and the leadership for the rich people, to teach them how to open yeshiva, how to support people, how to basically make biggest Torah in the money, with the money that you have. He was a very, very rich man. And he forgot his mission. He didn't believe his mission. So Moshe wants to tell him, you don't need my mission. You don't need whatever I do. Look at you. Do your part. Biggest impact. Strongest. The way that you want. Because he forgot his own mission. He forgot that he's important. He forgot that he is meaningful. The way that he is doing and whatever he's doing, that's what's bring Korach down under the ground, because he forgot of who he is and how powerful and important he is. And there is in Kohelet a man that has everything. And he says, Hevel this, Hevel that, nothing is not important. And there is one sentence that repeat many times. It says, Ki hu chelkecha. This is your part. You don't need a lot. You need to find your part, because if you're going to find your part, your mission, whatever you're good at, and over there, be the best that you can. That's your part. That's the part that Hashem give you. That's your mission. Don't look at my part. You don't need my part. It's a mashal about a person that fixing jewelries, diamonds. He has a special instrument for that. And he got already so old and so he can't already see well. He can't have no power to even to do this job anymore. So he saw next to him he's a man that fixing shoes, sandlar, and he told him, "Listen, I'm gonna sell you my instrument that costs thousands, 50%, even 25%. Just take it." So the man that fixing shoes told him, "But I don't need that. I'm fixing shoes. It's not going to help me, all those tools. I don't need that." And that's exactly what each one of us has, the tools that we need. We don't need somebody else's tools. But what we can do, it's to get inspired. It's to understand that if, first of all, the jealousy wants to tell me whatever I want, whatever I want to be great, I want to be influenced, I want to be important. So that's mean I can do it, but to find my way to do it, just to get inspired, just to take the idea, but to say, how am I supposed to do it? How can I do it in my niche? How to find my part? Because when you find your part, you don't need to run after anybody else's part. Jealousy is here also to teach us that whatever is important for you, whatever you want to fulfill in life. So we don't need to ignore jealousy and we don't need to push it away, but we need to learn to use it in a tool that can benefit our lives. And Korach was under the ground because he forgot his part. He didn't believe in his mission. He didn't believe how powerful he is. That's what grabbed him under the ground. And there is a very sweet story that the Rebbe says about a story about Moshe Kotlavsky, that he passed away 2 years ago, and he tell a story that happened 40 years ago during winter time. He was sitting in his office, and he got a phone call from the Rebbe that his secretary told him, listen, the Rebbe told you right now, told me to tell you that right now you go to Caroso. You take a flight to Caroso. And he's not asking questions. He took with him another person and says, come with me. I don't want to go by myself. Maybe they're going to need 2 people. And he traveled with him to Caroso. And what the purpose, what he's supposed to do over there, he doesn't know exactly, but he says, maybe somebody's going to wait for us in the terminal now. It's a winter time, small terminal. Nobody was waiting for them over there. He says, okay, what are we going to do? They stopped some taxi, and he told him, take us to the synagogue. He says, you don't understand what synagogue is. What do you want? He says, okay, take us to Jewish community. Eventually, it says there is a big shul over there. It says Mikveh Israel, but he took them specifically to this small, tiny shul. The floor over there, it's sandy floor, because they wants to keep the tradition of their parents. And they see it's very quiet, nobody's there. They come to knock to the door, and suddenly somebody opened the door. He says, what are you guys doing here? He says, I don't know, tell us, we came to help you. He says, I can't believe it. Come inside, I wanna talk to you. He says, you have no idea. It's he took 2 cups of water just to calm himself down, and says, you don't understand, I just by accident came today to the shul, and has a child. He says that he's 9 years old, and this man name is Eli Grossman, his name. So he says, I have a child. This Eli Grossman says, I have a child 9 years old, and he don't want to go to the school anymore. He tells me, I don't want to learn in the school anymore. I want to go to the Jewish school. And says, I don't know from where he bring it from. There's no Jewish school in the area. We are the only Jew in this neighborhood. I'm working here. I can't just stop my working, but I need a school for this child. Like, what am I supposed to do right now? I can't just leave. So I came to the shul to pray. I finished the whole Sefer Tehillim, and then I see you. So, okay, so we know exactly why we are here, to help you. And they took the child. They find for him. They took him to some different school with a sleepover, and the child is happy, finding new friends. The father can continue working, and he wrote a letter for these 2 guys. Eli Grossman wrote a letter, says, I want to tell you, thank you for your rabbi to send us to you, to send you to me, and tell him thank you for the little Jew from Koroso. And right away, they bring this letter to the Rebbe, and the Rebbe look at the letter and says, I'm very happy that you are your child find his place, and he's happy with. There is actually a copy from this letter, but I cannot be quiet of what you said. A little Jew from Koroso. He told me, you are son of Melech Malchei Amlachim. You are small. Can you say that you're small? You saw a miracle. You pray in Koroso, and somebody hear you in New York. How can you say that you're small? How can you say? That's exactly what Moshe wants to tell to Korach. How can you say that you're small? How can you say that your shlichut is not important? You are important, and whatever you're doing is important, and any bracha and any blessing and any a good thought that you have influenced the whole entire world. How can you say that you're small and you're nothing? And because every mitzvah that you do bring us more close to the Geulah, and every your action that you're doing, it's influence.